dressers and weapon-toting horny women. Leaving with all this to work with, sick burn cut falls short of being readable for two reasons. First is Ludd's style. Ludd's writing leans towards the stream of consciousness mode that can be so engaging and well done, as in the cases of, say, Kurt Vonnegut or Tom Robbins. But in this case, it seems as if Ludd spewed out one draft and then somehow circumvented the entire editing process, resulting in a product that metaphorically resembles a candy necklace which has spent a day in the clutches of a 3-year-old. Sure, it's strung together, but it's so disgusting that no one wants to eat it. This comes as a surprise, as the publishing company, Semiotex, is near the top of the ladder in the small press industry. Usually Semiotex maintains a consistent level of quality, but it looks like somehow this one got past them. The second and ultimately fatal flaw is that Ludd seems to be serious about his characters. Perhaps he had aimed a little more towards camp and a little less towards convincing us that these characters could actually exist. He would be more successful in allowing his readers to take the leap of faith that is so essential to good fiction. The protagonist is Mary, a 31-year-old man with a revolver and a cheap cotton dress. Mary makes his living by allowing people to do very nasty things to his body, and he hangs around with a gang of ruin-dwelling homosexual yuppie haters. Mary has a surly, swarthy Eastern boyfriend named Saeed Hussein. Get it? And as if Ludd thinks that perhaps his readers won't pick up on this blatant reference to that other surly Mid-Eastern of a similar name, oh, who could that be? He spells the name out in full every time the character is mentioned. The plot muddles on, riddled with sex, violence, and endless late night in the Seattle rain scenes. In fact, those three elements seem to be the plot of this book. First, there's a little violent sex, then some rain, then some sexy violence, then some violence, song sex, a little more rain, a little more sex, etc. Ludd keeps the characters who are not engaging in wet and or violent sex busy by having them swear and curse at one another. For example, Mary turns to the door, then pauses, his back to Saeed Hussein. What? You don't think I can get us someone to buy us some martinis? When haven't I got us drinks when I put my mind to it? It's Sunday night. Who's going to be there on a Sunday night? Whatever. Mary shrugs and walks to the fireplace and studies his reflection. Saeed Hussein stands up. All fucking right. Let me change my shoes. It's pouring out there. There is so much of this distracting and simplistic dialogue that the point of the novel is lost, obscured by the poor use of language and pointless action. There's a vague theme of sacrifice and redemption that peers out from behind the skirts of profanity, but it is very vague indeed. For those who would like to judge Sick Burn Cut for themselves, it's available at Powell's Books in the alternative press section. Or you can spend $6 on a cheap fifth of tequila, drink the whole thing in one night, and wait until a hangover kicks in, and get the same effect as reading the book. Or if you don't believe that writing this bad can actually get published and booked for reading, Ludd will appear at Powell's on March 27th at 7:30 p.m. to prove you wrong.